Okay, here we go, past the lander stage with Ryan Beaber. I'm going to call you Beaver because every time I type, my autocorrect switches to Beaver. And
Right.
times I've been ready to punch my computer for doing that.
If you would just type it like Justin Bieber, you know, then the whole world, you would have no issues.
Yeah.
Because we have to spell it a little bit different.
Anyway, so you seem to be enjoying yourself. Tell me a little bit about your race experience.
So we don't have a ton of race experience. We have a ton of dog experience, quite a few years of that. But the race experience has been limited to pretty much the last 4 years. It's been Bear Grease, mid-distance, some small races around the UP, Apostle Islands, and Tequamanon, Midnight Run, and Copper Dog. Copper Dogs are probably our only stage racing experience that we have. But it's stage racing experience. But we only did the 150 one time. We are signed up this year. I think Sarah's going to run it. So this is our first jump into bigger stage racing, which is the direction we thought we were probably going to head. And now we're here. So
what made you sign up? What was the deciding factor that you came for 2021?
We were thinking about doing it next year, but COVID pushed us to be here this year. So thinking that there probably wasn't going to be many or enough races in our area to attend, and that most of them would probably get canceled. We thought that this was probably the best chance to do this one, to be able to race one this year in the COVID situation. So we signed up for it. We also signed up for Bear Grease mid-distance just in case one or the other one didn't go. But we're definitely more about stage racing than we are camping style racing.
So you like your hotel bed and those things, you know, kind of comfy? And
right. I do. I like my hotel bed. I like my time to be able to breathe and feed the dogs and have the time in between to have them recoup. I feel like our dogs do way better being able to be in a box. I do way better being able to be in a bed. You know, the whole team benefits from it.
What are your bloodlines?
Yeah,
What's that? Say that again.
What are your bloodlines? Like where do your dogs come from, and how big is your kennel?
So we're really good friends with Lloyd Gilbertson. He doesn't have dogs anymore, but he has taught us a ton, and mostly just beat stuff into our brain so that we remember. Every time he's around us and we're dealing with dogs, he asks a question, and then you feel really stupid because he asks a question that you already know the answer to, but you're not doing. Our bloodlines generate from mostly Bruce Magnuson's kennel. There's a few other ones in there that we've gotten from other people along the way, but the ones we bought from Bruce are the Eggle Ellis female that we have that we bought from him, bred to one of his top dogs, Euro. But then we also have a lot of Doug Swingley in there and some Gilbertson lines in there, things like that. Our main core right now that we're dealing with, which is it was 8 pups, 7 males and 1 female, and 7 of the dogs made it here. Are a Mike female that we bought from Bruce, bred to 0, and without those we wouldn't be here. So that's our core right now. We need more up and coming along in the background, and we didn't breed this year, which was probably a mistake. We're probably going to have a hole. So, but we had bought some dogs from Canada that didn't make it here this year too, from Jake Colton, that were a little disappointed that we didn't have here to help along with the race. But I think everybody had those issues this year. So.
Well, you're here, you're having fun, so that's a good thing.
Right.
Well, I'm going to turn it over to Jelly.
Okay. Good evening again, Ryan.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah, you're a pleasure to have on the trail. That's for sure. I mean, you're definitely becoming part of our family. More than welcome. Knowing what you have experienced so far, is there anything you would have changed about your training looking back now?
So we had the opportunity this year at Riggs, what we call Rig Session, which is at Bruce's house, to have Doug Swingley ride on our four-wheeler with us when we were training dogs. And he's kind of like Lloyd. He's basically says, well, why are you doing that? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? So, but it was already the end of October when he's telling us these things and looking at and we changed some things quick, not to, you're already pretty far into the training season at that point. So you should be starting some speed training and be done kind of with some strength training. And so, but Doug really opened my eyes to some stuff. Maybe not, we wouldn't follow every single piece because it's changed a lot since he's run it. But I mean, who gets to have Doug Swingley ride on their four-wheeler with them and pointing out dogs that they have and different training things and just talking through things. It was really incredible to be able to have that. So next year we'll start a little different. We'll probably end about the same as we did this year. So hopefully to have a little more strength training in the beginning and then working into more speed. We got to be careful because it's a different race than it used to be. So according to everything I've heard, it's a lot faster and a lot shorter. So
yeah, it's totally different race. Yeah, totally right. Different race. Tell us about your goals, your past, present, future goals. What do you see? What have you done? Where do you see yourself going?
So I'd really like to incorporate the girls more into this stage racing out here for sure. My teenage daughters, we didn't bring them this year. They're getting, the oldest one's getting to the age of boys and whatnot, which is, I guess that's the natural progression. I think she's done Copper Dog, Midnight Run, Bear Grease, mid distance. She's done them all. She's done them multiple times. So I was hoping to have her on the runners out here soon. She's really into her grades, probably more than I've ever would have been into my grades. So she doesn't want to spend that much time away from school and her grades and the boyfriend, of course. So I would like to incorporate the girls into being out here too, starting to run some of those. And I think we'll be more open class sprint and stage racing, as much stage racing as we can do. Stage racing is probably where I've always thought we should be. So I think the girls would like it a lot better too. I don't think they enjoy the 4 hour, not even 2 hours of sleep and the running and trying to bed dogs down, trying to get them to eat while they're laying on straw and then sleep for 2 hours and get back up and run to the next checkpoint and do it all again. I mean, they love it. They thought it was cool, but I think they would like this a lot better. I think they would think this is way, way cooler. So definitely.
Careful what you wish for.
Right. I was a pilot for a while. I had my pilot's license. I used to race dirt bikes. I used to race stock cars. I've been into everything. And this is the most expensive hobby I've ever had in my life by far.
Welcome to the addiction.
Right, for sure.
Yeah. Say, Ryan, are there any mushers you would like to challenge to come to Stage Stop?
Oh man, there's a bunch of them. I don't know if they. I think the Showweiler should come to Stage Stop. I know that they have a smaller kennel and they work on smaller numbers, but I think that they should get out here. I told Joanna Oberg she should come out here and do it. I think she would be great. I know she has a small kennel too. They're both small kennels, but I see a pretty good number of small kennels here. I mean, JR doesn't have a very big kennel, and there's a bunch of them here that work on pretty small numbers. So I think there's a lot of them in the Midwest by us that could really be competitive here and really think this is, the best of the best. I think that the thing with the Stage Stop that I see is that the dog care doesn't get any better. Being able to, the vet teams are amazing. We've learned.
Whoop.